Hey, what's up guys, Highly Scores here, and today we are going to be ranking all of the new weapons in Chapter 5 Season 4. Now, this tier list will be, not tier list, but kind of ranking of all these weapons are the new ones specifically. So, none of the weapons that were brought back. And I am counting Doctor Doom's gauntlets in here because they've been revamped and all that. And I'm not including weapons that have not been added yet, but are coming later. So I'm probably going to do this again in a few months, but this is the beginning tier list for today. So let's get on to it, shall we? Before I say anything about any of these guns from this season, I will say though that none of these guns are bad, necessarily. I do personally like all of these guns and will probably take them, but there are some that are better than others. That's all I wanted to say. Now on to the video. The first gun slash kind of worst gun in this tier list here is the dual micro SMGs. Now, I love the concept, and overall I do still love these guns, but there are a lot of other guns that are better. But the one thing I will say though that I do like a lot is the high fire rate. High fire rate was amazing and just gave me so much love for this weapon. So easy to just wreck people overall in all the modes. So overall I'd still take this weapon, but there are still a lot better. So on to the next one, shall we? Alright, the next gun we have on our list is the Sovereign Shotgun. Now, when I first started playing this season, I did not like this weapon whatsoever. It's one of those pump and tack hybrids, you know? So, the cool thing about this weapon is that when you're hip firing, it shoots faster and overall has a wider spread. Now, when you're aiming in, it has a tighter spread and it shoots slower, but I believe it does more damage. But the one thing that really takes away from this is that it takes so long to shoot after you're aiming in. And it takes so long overall aiming in whatsoever. So if you want to get a whole bunch of damage like that, you're probably going to have to hip fire and do less damage overall if you're not going to hit every single pellet on that person. But this shotgun started growing on me the more matches I did. But it's still not going to escape the number 7 on this tier list. On to the next weapon. The gun at our number 6 spot here today is the Striker Burst Rifle, the new moddable version. I've always liked the bursts, and I think they are amazing weapons. And I feel like this kind of is in the mid-range. I think it's still good, but one of the most notable changes here is that it doesn't come with a scope, so it's not going to be amazing, but it's less accurate without the scope. But also, it's way faster than the other versions. And I think that is still good, but I think it kind of helps downplay the less accuracy moment without the scope. But overall, there are a lot more weapons that are better than this. But I think the Mythic is really good with 37 damage, but I feel like the damage drops off pretty fast when you're close to a person. But I feel as if there is a lot more better weapons on this list than that. So let's move on to another gun, shall we? Alright, at the number 5 spot today, we have the Monarch Pistol. Now, this pistol is phenomenal. It is a mix of the Deagle and around like a revolver. And this thing does crazy damage when you aim in, and plus it's still super accurate when you're hip firing. Plus, this is still a single-handed pistol, which I think is actually pretty cool. But the mainline thing is, this is the best one out of all the guns. Not necessarily Marvel powers, but the guns in this season. This is just an amazing weapon overall, and we'll be taking this over an SMG any day. That's all I gotta say about it. On to the next weapon. At the number 4 spot for today, we have the War Machine's Auto Turret and Hover Jets. Now, both these items are completely phenomenal in both their areas, and overall I would put these pretty high in any other season. But this is a bit lower on the list, but overall is better than a lot of other weapons and other stuff, I mean. And for the auto turret, this does 5 damage per second, it goes on your shoulder, and basically immediately locks on, but it takes a few seconds before it can start firing. But this item is super good if you really don't know if someone's behind you or something like that, and it just starts firing. And for the hover jets, I believe this is the best jetpack we have ever seen, because you can do all sorts of things with this jetpack specifically. You can boost, you can go super high, it has infinite fuel, and overall is an amazing item. You can do all sorts of combos with it, and overall, I just think it's great. On to the next item. At the number 3 spot on today's list is the Captain America shield, originally in the Endgame LTM back in Season 8 of Chapter 1. This item does basically what it did in Chapter 1, except with a new ability, which is being able to shield bash ram into somebody. Because ever since sprinting was added a few years ago, now we can do this. And personally, with this jetpack, this combo is an absolute killer. I swear to God, you cannot even get away from this combo. If you go against it, you're pretty much done for. We are now getting to our number 2 spot here on today's list, and we have the War Machine's gauntlets. And now, these weapons are very powerful. These weapons use mini ammo, which is very common, and have 12 rockets that you're able to shoot at a time. At least I believe. And these rockets are amazing. They lock onto a player, and sure, they do about 50 damage if you hit both of them, but being able to lock on with missiles is actually amazing for this. And plus, with the mini ammo, you're doing about 16 damage per hit with the regular firing mode. So, with both of those comboed with a jetpack and an auto laser, you're going to basically win the game. Not 100%, but with all 3 of those, you got a good combo there. That's all I gotta say to it. On to number 1. And at our number 1 spot for today, we have Dr. Doom's gauntlets. Now, this is a rebranded version of the old ones from Chapter 2, Season 4. And these ones are way better than the old ones. The bomb is way better. You're able to control it a lot better. I will say, though, the regular gauntlets ones, sure, they do 50 damage per hit, but trying to aim them is a bit difficult because they have a lot of drop-off. So you kind of have to get a little bit close, but if you're in a house or something like that, you definitely got these guys in the bag. With the Siphon Medallion, this makes this even better of a combo. Hey guys, real quick, before you guys go, I'd like to ask, what did you think of the video? Comment down below. And overall, maybe give me some more ideas. I'll post a few community posts and go check them out. But overall, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you on the next one.